Hello everybody and welcome back to another Leeds Daily video. If you are new around here, smash that like button and subscribe as well so you get to see Leeds United daily videos. So over a month ago, I did a video regarding business between Leeds United and Barcelona on Rafinha, and in this video I want to do the exact same with Kalvin Phillips. I want to see, was the transfer between Manchester City and Kalvin Phillips the right one? Was it right for him? Was it not right for him? Was it right for the club to move forward? So we're going to dive into today's video. I think to some fans, the loss of Kalvin Phillips has actually been very bad for them, because it's like I see online where these Leeds United fans these used to like comment about Kalvin Phillips and how amazing he is and how like his leads through and through. And now I see a lot of hate towards Kalvin Phillips, and I do feel sorry for him. And to be honest with you, for the club going forward, like obviously with Kalvin Phillips being a Leeds Academy player and coming through the ranks and saying that he wants to stay at Leeds and going to sign a new contract and stuff like that, and getting all our hopes up, and then deciding to leave to Manchester City was a bit of like a kick in the teeth. But I feel like for Leeds itself, I feel like it was probably the best move for the club. Maybe not for Kalvin Phillips himself, because he's obviously now, since he's been at Manchester City, he has sustained 2 injuries while he's been there, and he's currently out with a shoulder injury. So while he was at Leeds United, he was Bielsa's favourite, and we all knew that, and pretty much every Leeds United fan loved Kalvin Phillips, and so did I. And obviously when he left, I thought it was a bit of a kick in the teeth, because I honestly thought he was going to do like a Steven Gerrard and try help Leeds to titles, or try and progress to Champions League, or do it with his home club, you know. And obviously he joined Manchester City for, I think, what was the fee? About 45 million, 50 million, something like that. Between 40 and 50 million pounds. So it's a bit of a crappy situation, because obviously I thought the price was way too low. But I know his contract was running out as well, and he only pretty much said he wanted to play under Pep Guardiola. And I understand why a lot of players go to Manchester City, because obviously you get a lot of opportunity there if you get the chance to, and you get to play the Champions League pretty much playing for the title. So I think for a lot of Leeds fans, like I know everyone's got their own opinion, but I think it's time for a lot of Leeds fans to like move on and just appreciate the things that Kalvin Phillips did to us. And plus as well, like that with that money and that Rafinha money, they've helped in a sense bring in that extra bit of depth that we needed. Yes, fair enough, there's a lot of stories going about that the board didn't do enough, but we did spend roughly around about 90 to 100 million pounds in the summer window, and hopefully yet again in January we can bring in a couple more players as well. So with the sale of Kalvin Phillips, it was a positive move towards the club. It was obviously a very difficult move for Radrizzani to let him go, but if he wanted to challenge for the Champions League or play in the Champions League and help with his England career, and that's fair enough, that's up to him, and then good luck with him. And obviously we're going to speak about that a little bit now. He's been out since mid-September actually. I think it was a 2-1 victory over Borussia Dortmund, and that's when I think he sustained his shoulder injury. So he's been out roughly around about like 2 months now. So if he has been selected, he has come out and told the BBC Sport that he is willing to go to the World Cup for England and play for us in the World Cup at Qatar. But to be honest with you, he hasn't really had the greatest of starts, just like Rafinha, because obviously Rafinha has been classed as the next flop. And obviously with Kalvin Phillips as well sustaining these injuries, he's not really managing to get any like game time. So in a sense, for these 2 big stars to leave Ellen Road for bigger clubs, it hasn't really helped with their career, because obviously Kalvin Phillips still gets injured. He's getting injured more frequently now as well. And obviously Rafinha, he's not doing as well as a lot of Barcelona fans and the manager wants. So it's in a sense it is a little bit hard to see Phillips, especially since I still like him and I still respect him as a person, to struggle at Manchester City. But I can't really see him getting any game time as starting for Manchester City as much as he had hoped to. So to me, I feel like this was a bad career choice in my sense, because in a sense, when you go to these clubs like Manchester City or Real Madrid, and there's better players in front of you, then you're not going to be getting much game time. You're going to be sitting on the bench. So the only thing I can say is to Kalvin Phillips is that I hope that he does recover very well, and I hope that he gets into the England squad and he recovers, and I hope that his career can kick off. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This was a requested video actually by someone, and they wanted to just for me to speak about Kalvin Phillips for a little bit. So yeah, leave it down in the comment section below. Do you feel like it was a good move for Kalvin Phillips? Do you think it was a good move for the club? Do you think Kalvin Phillips should come back to Ellen Road? I want to know what your comments are and your opinions are about Kalvin Phillips.